It's very rare that I find crafts that I've never done before, but I got this pretty cheap diamond art kit. It was on clearance, and so I wanted to give it a go. I have no idea what I'm doing, but apparently you glue the diamonds down to this thing, and it's got an adhesive backing, so after I'm done making this gradient, I can stick it to things. Here, let me go turn on the light. I can stick it to things. I don't know how much that light helps, but that's okay. So this thing is rolled up, so I have to, and I tried to use things that won't get in the way of the camera too much. And I guess this is the corner that I should be peeling up anyway. So, according to what I've read, first you find your map, and it'll have a key on it. And so you match where you're going to be working with the key. And this is a really easy one to start with, and that was on purpose. So I'm going to open up, and according to the key, the black at the bottom is 9101. That means I will need 9101. Oh, and these are perforated, so that makes it easier. Don't have to find scissors. But that also means you have to make sure you hit the perforation just right, or it'll tear open something you don't want it to tear open. I am so afraid of a cat jumping up here. But anyway, okay, so next, oh, came with extra plastic bags, I guess, in case I want to stop. So, these got everywhere. I knew they would. I knew they would. Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to put all of them out of the bag. That makes sense, because these bags aren't reclosable. That seems like a lot, though, so I'm adding extra steps here. I'll take out plastic bag and put about half of them in here. That's enough. Okay. This is like Bedazzler with a bunch of extra steps. And that won't stay on your clothes. Although I'm sure they make ones that you can use as patches, I'm hoping, because that was ultimately what I was thinking. So I wanted to use this technique to make patches. And I have all of these gems all over the place, and I don't want to take my stoneware off of it to I don't think I'm going to get very far today. Just an observation. Okay. So where were we? I want to put a little more in this bag. No, I don't. I'll just make more of a mess. Okay, next, I need the stylus. And this is the stylus. I have a feeling if I keep doing these things, I'll end up with like 20 of these. So there's also wax, and you're supposed to coat the stylus in the wax. I am getting my handy dandy instructions. Twist open wax caddy. Press head of stylus firmly into wax several times before picking up your first gem. And also, I have to make sure I pick them up on the faceted side instead of the flat side. Okay. So I have no idea what the wax does. Peel off. Oh, this has 2 little waxies in it. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but I don't know how much of this wax I'm going to use. So I stick it in here and make sure it's coated in wax. I don't know what that does. And then I tear off the, pull up the, pull up the corner. Okay, this is a pain because this one's adhesive on both sides. So it keeps pulling up off of the paper, and I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. But here in the middle, there's kind of a gap thing going on. So I might be able to pull it up here. Although you're supposed to start in the corner. Think I got it. Oh, I got it. Okay. So you're not supposed to pull up the whole thing. You're only supposed to pull up a little bit at a time, which makes sense. Okay, my hand is in the way, but I just put my first one down. Check that out. So this feels very color by numbers to me. Oh, come on, get it. But, you know, I'm okay with that. Because sometimes you just need some brainless craft where you don't have to be all creative, but you do have to just do something. You know, and yarn crafts are awesome for that. But, you know, you either feel productive because you're making things you'll wear, or you feel absolutely unproductive because you zone out and end up not making it wearable, which happens whenever I try to make a hat. So I am not absolutely in love with the pattern of this one. I honestly got it for 2 reasons. It seemed very simple, which makes sense for my first time doing something like this. But it also was on clearance, so the barrier of entry was low. I did not realize, though, that it involved sticky paper. So I feel like that means I can't not do it for a while and then come back to it. Like, I have to get it at least done in at least a few days, a reasonable amount of time. But this is pretty cool. And by the way, the first few rows are totally just this color because it's a gradient that I'm doing. Maybe I should get better lights if I'm ever going to do this again, which is a maybe. It's just so rare for me to find a craft I've never done before. It's actually pretty neat. So I actually was on a quest at some point to find a craft my great-grandmother never did, because whenever I'd pick up a new craft, which I love trying new crafts, I didn't even have one on my stylus. Whenever I would pick up a new craft, my grandma would say, "Oh, your great-grandma used to do that." Crocheting, knitting, tatting, embroidery, cross stitch, rug hooking, rug weaving, rug braiding, like everything. The first one that I did that my great grandma had never done was stained glass. I did that for a while. Stained glass is a pretty expensive hobby, though. And I ended up with a bunch of my tools getting stolen out of the garage. So, yeah. Stained glass didn't work out. It was fun while it lasted, though. So here's what I have so far. Oh, it's pretty dark. I have 2 rows about 1.5 inches, so it's not very far. This does take some time. It doesn't take too much concentration because I haven't gotten to the color changes yet. But I'm not sure if I should go this way or this way. I'm going to keep going this way until about halfway and then do another level. But, okay, so this is the sealant stuff. I was thinking maybe I should make it thick enough for the sealant. I don't know. I guess this will be a trial and error thing. So I will go that way. I think I need a better setup for this. Honestly, if you could see what's going on behind the phone, you would absolutely agree. But my setup is very slapdash. But it'll work for now, even though, unfortunately, you can't see me doing this. I don't have any color changes or anything, so I don't think it's very exciting. And I know there are people who, I don't know if do this for a living is the right word, but there are people on YouTube who, and probably TikTok, who show you close up and personal how this works. That was a cat jumping off the counter. Some of these, it's hard to tell if the facet's up or down. So part of me is wondering if I should just like drop this on YouTube, and after years of me not using YouTube, just drop this and see what happens. It's not that I haven't recorded YouTube videos. I have. I've recorded a bunch of them. I just never edit them. And I've actually discovered, I thought I hated editing for a while, but I've discovered I don't mind it as much as I thought. I probably was just using like bad tools, because I always go for the freebie tools. And honestly, those tools, even if they, oh, I do have one. Even if they're really bad, I mean, a lot of the freebie tools, they're pretty new. They do not have people getting paid to do them. It's a labor of love. So things like interface aren't as easy as even the slapdash, some company paid for it things. An example is, I love GIMP. I will use GIMP every day of the year for my flyer building stuff. I will not use it for text. It is the worst for text. I cannot figure it out. I can't get the hang of it. I always seem to mess it up. So I literally use GIMP for building my flyers, doing the filters, and all that. And then after that, I pull it up in either Microsoft Paint. I know. Oh, I got that one in the wrong spot, but I was able to push it. I didn't know that was a thing. So I either pull it up in Microsoft Paint to do the text on the flyer, or lately I've been using Canva, which Canva's real nice for that sort of thing. But it also tries to like throw AI on everything, and I'm like, I run a monthly goth night. Why the hell would I want AI involved in that? Like, why is AI got to try and be creative? AI's got uses. I am not a technophobe. But, AI should not be used for creative endeavors because humans long to be creative. AI should be used to do endeavors that we don't want to do, so that we can free up time to be creative. It's kind of like the password thing. You know, all the rules that we put in to make passwords stronger actually make it harder for humans to remember and easier for computers to figure out. What we really need to do is make passwords longer and use real words. That way humans can remember them and it's harder for computers to figure out because it's longer and people are less likely to write it down or whatever. So AI is the same sort of thing. Why are we using AI to make art when there's millions of people who want to make art for a living? Why are we using it to make music when people will do music? Like, to a detriment to their life, people will do music. People will spend tons and tons of money making music. So why don't we use it for things that people can't do, people don't want to do? Instead of putting all this work into making it make art and movies and stuff. I mean, it's all because people don't want to pay artists when art really is the biggest work that humans can do. Because, you know, humans can collect trash. I'm thinking it's trash day today. Humans can collect trash. And they get paid very, very well for it. And it is something that needs to be done.